Hello, guys. Happy Flag Day. It's 2000. It's June the 14th, 2007, 2018, and welcome back to Rotten Tomatoes month. Boy, do I have a painful movie that I got to watch tonight. It is the 2017 reboot of one of my favorite franchises from the early 90s. I know it's a franchise from Japan called Super Sentai from the 80s, and it came to America in the 90s. I get that. This was inexcusable. This is easily the second worst movie in the franchise. I did not care for this movie. I know, Tevya, you're a fan. I get it. Some nostalgia for you. I didn't care for this movie, and it's Saban's Power Rangers. Oh, I needed that breath because I was holding that in for hours. Let me get this straight, Saban. This movie got a 44%, by the way, so it deserves to be on this list. You waited 20 years to make a sequel, a freaking reboot of the Power Rangers, and you took freaking notes from the Fan Four Stick movie? Why would you freaking do that? You took a simple freaking, campy 90s cheesy show that I really loved as a kid. I saw it when I was 8 years old, before half of these guys were born on the Nerd Pack, and I watched that show from season 1 to season 3, even when they changed the cast, when they took the Red Ranger and the Yellow Ranger and the Black Ranger, and they changed the actors. I saw it all the way till 1996, and I saw the first movie that came out in 1995. I own it. This is the real Power Rangers movie, guys. See? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Only they can save our planet from evil. This is the real freaking movie. This movie is shit. It's freaking an origin story that has no interesting freaking backstory. It's not a bunch of flashbacks. Like, it has a flashback where Zordon is in the Red Ranger suit and they speak a bullshit alien language. And it has to be half of them, like a third of the movie subtitled. I told you, Hollywood, I'm tired of reading your freaking subtitles in movies. If it's a foreign film in Japan, okay. But this is not a foreign freaking movie. It isn't. This director did a better job. Dean Israelite that did this movie, he did one good movie before this, and that was Project Almanac. That's an awesome freaking movie. I think it's way better than the new Star Wars movies. It had time travel. It had good characters. It was funny. The people weren't like, they're trying to slip my wrist, slip my wrist. These actors, half of them are freaking asleep, or they just look like they want to they don't want to be there. You got Doc Ray freaking Montgomery as Jason. He looks like Jared Leto and Zac Efron if you merge them together. And he is an Australian. Yay, there's your Red Ranger. You have a freaking Asian guy as a Black Ranger because politically correct, you can't make him yellow because that would be racist. He's like Chinese and he's from Canada. Then you have this freaking girl that was in Lemonade Mouth that I couldn't freaking stand, who's going to play the new Jasmine. You don't have to tell me that, Nerd Pack. I already know she's playing Jasmine in the bullshit remake to Aladdin. Fuck that movie and fuck Naomi Scott. I told you guys, I'm not a fan of British chicks. I've said that way back in 2013. I can't stand their freaking ass. Their accent kills me. When they try to do an American accent, they fail. Freaking Emma Watson failed in The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Freaking Daisy Ridley always fails no matter what accent she does. Felicity Jones fails, and so does Naomi Scott. They can't do it. Benedict Cumberbatch, he's a trained actor. He can do it. Tom Holland, trained actor. He's young. He can do it. But these girls, holy shit, they just can't freaking act. And then you have Becky G as freaking Trini. The original Trini was Asian, and I loved her. And rest in peace, by the way, the actress that played Trini. Tu Tang, or whatever her name was. I forgot her name because, it's been a long time. But Becky G, she has no smile on her face. She looks like she doesn't want to be there. She's a loner by nature. She's like hanging out in the mountains where Luke and freaking Ray were in The Last Failure. It's the same freaking location. Look at the mountain in the scene in this movie, and it's the same freaking location. It's grimy and ugly and freaking gray. It's just the worst. The only character I liked in this movie was Billy. He was freaking awesome. Something horribly wrong in development when they came up with these characters. He is the only character that is well developed, is likable, and actually has fun with his role. R.J. Seiler, I think his name is. He's a black guy. He's awesome as Billy. He didn't have the glasses like the original Billy, but he did. He had his own take on Billy. He was basically an autistic, highly autistic teen, but he's the best. He's a freaking genius compared to these idiots. He's actually doing stuff. He's like creating. He creates a thing to get Jason's leg brace off. That he gets arrested and they have to put a leg brace on his leg, and he this freaking disables it. He freaking blows up a mountain without using a bomb. The guy's a freaking genius. He's the only ranger to. He's the first ranger to get freaking to morph, and it's out of nowhere. But hey, I'll take it because he's a likable character. He's the only one I liked in the movie. The film starts off like a freaking Guardians of the Galaxy knockoff. Yeah, because that's what I wanted to be reminded of. That freaking movie. And the first freaking movie. Zordon looks like freaking Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy. He's blue, and he's freaking pale, and he's like speaking in a stupid language, and he has the freaking power coins and puts them on the floor. Again, I've seen the TV show. I know what they look like. And Rita looks like shit in this movie. She's wearing green. It's Elizabeth Banks overacting. She cannot save this movie. There's a scene where she's touching Becky G's face, and it's really weird. They're slamming into each other on the walls, like the scene in Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp and freaking Eva Green. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to be reminded of, guys. I'm sorry. This film is way too long. It's boring. 2 hours and 4 minutes. This movie, as campy as it was, is an hour and a half, an hour and 35 minutes. It goes by quick. The Power Rangers are in the freaking movie. It has better freaking characters. It's got a better villain. And yeah, the CGI is dated in this movie, but it still works as a movie. And it made more money than this $100 million bullshit movie. Oh my God. This movie came out in March of 2017, the same month as Beauty and the Beast. And I'm glad this movie flopped. I don't want to see any more. I'm sorry. I'm glad that they got sold to Hasbro. Hasbro did the Transformers movies. As bad as some of those are, at least the Transformers, there's some action in the freaking movie. Age of Extinction sucks, but at least there's a lot of action in it. This is way freaking worse. Because this is just, it doesn't know what tone it wants to be. The Transformers movies are dumb. And so are the 2 Ninja Turtles movies that Michael Bay produced. But they know the tone they are. They know what tone they're freaking making. They know who their audience is. This doesn't. That's why it bombed. First, it's dark and gritty, and these people have problems, and the lighting is like this. It's freaking dark as shit. You can't see anything. It's like you can't. It's just really dark. It's like this dark. It looks freaking terrible. It reminded me of Fan Snore Stick, and I'm sorry. That's not a movie I ever want to relive. It was boring. This movie was lifeless. The ending makes no freaking sense. The soundtrack sucks. When they morph, it's not even special. They don't do it's morphin' time and doing the power coins. I want to see that again. I'm tired of your bullshit reboots that are trying to be dark and trying to be gritty and trying to pander to the freaking Christopher Nolan crowd. Again, we've moved on as freaking moviegoers. You can stop trying to copy Nolan. It did not work with Superman. I don't want to hear it. Man of Steel was freaking boring. I don't want to hear it with Amazing Spider-Man. Both of those movies sucked, and that's why Spidey's in the MCU now, making billions for the company. And it didn't work with the Hulk, which is a boring piece of shit movie from 2003 that was angsty and has no action and no freaking joy. I'm tired of these joyless reboots. Fembusters was the same freaking thing. I didn't laugh at the trailer. I'm never seeing that movie. I'm never doing a rant on that movie, guys. Ever. I'm tired of these reboots. Stop rebooting stuff and making it some other piece of shit that we don't know. It's unrecognizable. It's just a completely different version of what we've seen. You can do something different. Man from U.N.C.L.'s different from the show, and it's a good movie. Because Guy Ritchie put some effort. Dean Ezralite never saw the show. He just heard the character names. He knew the colors of the Rangers, and that's it. And he did an outline of the show. That's it. No fan service. You have a freaking worthless cameo from the original Green Ranger / White Ranger, the guy that played Tommy, and you have Amy Jo Johnson who makes a cameo as Kimberly. They don't talk. They're just staring like this. It looked like Man of Steel. Again, fuck your DC obsession with your freaking dark tone. That's why the DC universe is headed in a new direction, because the dark angsty teen thing didn't work. That's why Ben Affleck left, because it's not working. When something isn't working, for God's sakes, Wonder Woman had freaking humor in it. Wonder Woman, That movie came out 3 months after this, and it was a huge hit, and critics loved it, and the fans were enjoying it. And I loved the freaking movie, except for the ending. The ending was just weak sauce. The ending was not even the worst part of it. This, it has no action. They get hit by a train, and plot convenience keeps them alive, just like your precious hobo in the freaking Disney Wars. That they're in a car, and Billy's driving the car, it's a van, and they get hit by a freaking freight train, and they turn around. They should have died. I would have been happy to be a 30-minute short film, and there we go, and it's over. But with this, it's like, oh yeah, they survived. They don't get a scratch on them, and they have superpowers, just like your precious freaking hobo. Why can't you develop your characters? Why can't you have likable leads? Why do you have to cast the most foreign, unknown bullshit characters I've ever seen? Why? Why? This movie did it better. It's shorter. It's a better freaking movie. It got a higher rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a cult following. It's faithful to the freaking show. You see the helmets here? In this version, they have Iron Man helmets, and then you have to see their faces like the freaking RoboCop remake. Again, I don't want to see the actor's face. I hated the hobo for 3 freaking years, and her face is the worst part of her. Yeah, not her accent, her face. That face is what kills me inside. That's why I call her Cancer Face. Same thing here. I don't want to see the actors' faces. I don't want to see this, and then, ooh, look, I'm a Power Ranger. Fuck you, movie. Okay? You're not the Power Rangers. You're a freaking D-list diet soda version of the Power Rangers. This is the Power Rangers. Right here. This is the Power Rangers. You ooze, you lose. I'll take the campy bullshit over some dark, angsty bullshit any day. Deadpool 2 knew when to be serious and knew when to freaking crack a smile and crack a joke. You know why? Because laughter is the best medicine, my fellow dudes. Laughter. Not freaking, I want to cut myself. I'm so depressed. I'm so emo. I want to go like this and do a freaking hee hee and I'm being dark and gritty. No, you're being stupid. The only person that works in dark and gritty is Batman. That's why after Batman and Robin, they gave him a freaking darker tone, because it worked. It grabbed you back in. It slowly gave you what you wanted. This movie didn't give me anything I wanted. It reversed the characters. You try to do a gay bullshit that didn't work with Trini saying, "Oh, she's bisexual." Again, she never kisses a girl, and it's never addressed. It's like one conversation they had, and it goes over my head. And freaking, why did Naomi Scott cut her hair? Trini, a freaking Kimberly never did that in the show. She never took scissors and cut her hair off. Like, I'm being rebellious. I'm gonna copy the Breakfast Club and cut my hair and be a different person. No, fuck you, Naomi Scott. You can't act. Stop acting in our movies. Go back to your freaking precious UK and stick a stick up your ass. Because every single one of you freaking worthless ass Brit girls freaking have a stick up your ass. Yeah, you act like you're hot shit that your country is better than us. That's why I don't like you. God damn it, man. This movie just hurts. It hurts my freaking soul. It took a lot out of me. After watching this, Transformers The Last Night can't hurt me anymore because it's over. We're not going to get a Transformers 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 25. We're done. And then after episode 9, I'm going to party because the hobo will finally be dead. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, man, I hated this movie, guys. I hated it. It was just insulting to me. Billy is the only character I give a shit about. Alpha, he tried. Billy Hader, I'm not going to hate on him. He tried. Bryan Cranston, when he's speaking English, is fine. When he's doing... No, fuck you and your alien avatar language, okay? Stop it. Guardians of the Galaxy already proved that you can start a movie series and make people laugh their asses off and have likable characters. Hell, you have a CGI tree and a CGI freaking raccoon that talks, and it's better than your CGI freaking Goldar that looks like shit and CGI rock monsters from the Noah's Ark movie from 2014. And you copied the freaking rock monsters also from this freaking movie, which was practical. It had guys in suits. I missed that. I'm sick and tired of the CGI motion capture bullshit. I'm sick of it in these freaking wannabe blockbusters. Marvel, they can get away with it because Thanos looked freaking awesome. This movie made me want to go back and see that, and that, and that, and that, and Those freaking movies. Because those had CG, but it didn't look like freaking. It didn't look fake to me. It looked just. It looked like oh great, a screensaver. The only CG I thought was okay was the Zords and uh some of the action. That's it. But the suits look like shit. They look like freaking Iron Man knockoffs. And the only one I would ever buy is Billy because I like this character. But that's it though. Other than Billy, I could give a rat's ass about this movie. And I love Power Rangers. I'm all for a different take, but do it. Have some freaking fun for God's sakes. Stop being so freaking angsty. Man of Steel did not make $1 billion because of that angst. You confused people, and you had 15 flashbacks in a row to try to do a nonlinear storytelling. Again, that's not going to work anymore. Cloak and Dagger worked for its seriousness because it freaking nailed it. And the actors are likable, and they can crack a smile every now and then. Here, I swear these actors do not want to be together. They have no chemistry with each other, like the cast in this movie or in their original show, and it falls flat. Their rapport is nothing. It's like their characters are nothing like in the show, and Jason's supposed to be the leader, and he felt like a side character, and Billy might as well have been the freaking leader because he felt more like a leader in the movie. I'm just tired, guys. I'm tired of these reboots. If they're gonna put Brits in everything from now on until 2045, and I'm sick of it. Stop putting these English muffin freaking turd monsters in your freaking movies, Hollywood. Some of them work, not like 10% of them. 90% of them are just freaking these cancer face idiots that can't freaking act. If you're an actor and you can't act, don't be in front of a freaking camera. Sorry. Because a face can only carry you so far. But anyway, I'm done with this Power Rangers movie. This movie sucks. It's one of the most underwhelming movies from last year that I missed. And you wonder why I didn't see it in the theater. Because it has none of the heart of the original show. It's got none of the heart of this freaking movie, which had a father and son plot that actually I liked. And it had this one had it knew its tone. It knew the audience it wanted to cater to. This is just like The Mummy from last year. It's schizophrenic. It doesn't know what tone it wants to be. A comedy, a freaking action movie, a sci-fi movie, a freaking horror movie. At times, Rita's like a freaking zombie. She like attacks somebody and like rips his face off, and she goes to a jewelry store and freaking attacks, like terrorizes people. And there's a scene where they show her and she's like, ah! And I'm like, what kind of freaking tone is this for kids? And then there's a scene in the middle of the fight that she stops at a Krispy Kreme and eats a donut. What the fuck is wrong with you, Hollywood? Why do you make these movies so over budgeted and freaking have these fresh faces that I don't like? Except for the guy that played Billy. And then you have a post-credit scene, copying Marvel once again with the post-credit scene that did not pay off because, yeah, Tommy Oliver. I remember Tommy from the original show, the Green Ranger. Then he became the White Tiger Ranger. I got it. And they didn't show him because, again, empty space because this movie bombed. Thank God it bombed, just like Brolo. It suffered the same thing. It didn't have a consistent tone. It didn't have any jokes that, oh, sorry, Bumblebee, that's your joke? Copying Transformers? My God, this movie, thank God, is going to get rebooted. If I want a sequel, I want a brand new cast. Get rid of this angsty, dark bullshit. I'm tired of it. I already told you this failed ever since freaking Man of Steel. First, Amazing Spider-Man did it. It failed. Then Man of Steel did it, and it failed. Then you had freaking Fan4stick, and it failed. Stop it. Stop making this angsty bullshit. You can do that on the CW or Freeform anytime you want. But if you do it in my freaking action movies, you fail. And this movie was a failure. For me, a 6.4 is too high on IMDb. It would have been decent if I liked all the characters and I didn't. Justice League was better than this freaking movie. As much shit as the Nerd Pack gave to that movie, at least it made me laugh. At least I liked the characters. At least the movie was shorter. At least the film was freaking consistent. Yeah, it was two different tones. But what we got was a lot better than this. I was not like, oh God, thank God that's over. No, I look forward to any more DC movies over this. I'm not seeing Aquaman in the theater, but they steal a scene from that movie that hasn't even come out yet, where the Power Rangers, they're freaking fighting in underwater, which they never did in the show. Like it looked like the Shape of Water with Power Rangers. It was so stupid. And they fly up in the air like they're Superman. And they jump over a freaking mountain like they're freaking Spider-Man or Wonder Woman. Again, I've seen better Saban's Power Rangers. I've seen freaking better. That's a visual aid in case you don't know what that is. That's a 1995 movie. Yes, cheesy fun from the 90s. There's no Bulk and Skull in this movie. There's no freaking Vinster or Goldar looks like shit. You don't have freaking Ivan Ooze. You don't have Lord Zed. You don't have freaking the Putties. There's nothing. This movie is just nothing. It's just like the Dragon Ball Evolution movie. It's empty. But that's it, guys. I have nothing else to say about Saban's Power Rangers. This movie is a pile of shit. It failed, and it deserved to. And I'm glad that it got a rotten. This movie got a rotten too, but it knew the audience it was catering to. I was 10 when this came out, and I saw this, and I loved it, and this is the greatest guilty pleasure I have ever seen in my life. Because it makes me laugh, and it makes me smile. And the villain is way better than freaking Rita in this movie, and he's better than freaking Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse, because at least it's consistent. He's not yelling like a freaking, like yelling to the heavens, going, "This world will fall, and from the ashes," and I'm like, fuck you. Stop trying to be bigger than you are, movies. Just stop it. My God, this movie made $2 billion, and it worked. People want to see badass. They don't want to see angsty, dark, I'm troubled freaking bullshit. They're tired of it. We're over it already. Just stop it. Anyway, that's my rant on the 2017 Power Rangers movie. It sucked. The only character I liked was Billy. RJ Seiler, bless you. You were the only one in this movie that I even remotely cared about from the beginning to end. I sympathized with your character. You were smarter than these dumbasses that were in this freaking movie, and you could have carried this movie on your own. It could have been him and two girls, and it would have been a better movie than this. Not those two girls, just two others. But anyway, this movie sucked. I'm glad that it didn't perform well. I want to reboot. I don't want any more of this angsty bullshit. I'm tired of it. It doesn't work anymore. Make it fun. Stop and make more of the Power Rangers. Let them have freaking screen time in the movie. Stop keeping them in their freaking human forms and not giving them enough screen time. Getting suits is not freaking hard, guys. You don't have to use CGI. Deadpool has a freaking suit. Deadpool. And that costs less than this freaking movie. How? Why are you so freaking lazy, Hollywood? You got to make everything CGI? Do you have to make CGI faces and costumes and freaking masks and CGI feet and hands and whatever? Why? The command center in the movie looked like a freaking the Batcave from the Nolan trilogy. Didn't look like a command center. And it looked like the freaking Lost in Space movie, and I hate that movie so much. Stop it. Just stop. Make me see. I'm not saying everything needs to be sunshine and rainbows, but know your tone. Stop trying to freaking pander to people that are not worth it. Sorry. This movie just sucks. Fuck this movie. It's not the worst of the Power Rangers. The worst is still the Turbo movie. That movie is a crime against humanity. That's still the worst Power Rangers movie ever because it did way more wrong than this, and I didn't care about anybody there. Here, at least one character was the only reason I didn't shut it off or walk out. And too long, 2 hours and 4 minutes, 95 minutes, way freaking shorter. I have a condition that I can't sit through something that's too long and boring. Give me something to care about. Stop trying to pander. Stop trying to be like Christopher Nolan. You're never going to top him. Sorry. But anyway, I'm done. Power Rangers 2017 just did nothing for me. And you don't have to tell me in the comment section, oh, you just missed the point of it. I saw the whole freaking movie. I don't want to see it again. It just lost me. From the word go, trying to copy other films and not it just falling flat on its face. That's why the toys didn't sell well, guys. When a movie sucks, no one will buy your merchandise. But when it's glorious, you get this. You get that freaking movie, which is still the one to beat this year. So fuck these angsty teen reboots right in the ass. Every single one of them, from here to the end of time. It's been done to death. Stop it. Later, guys.